Welcome to the Creative Core Podcast. My name is Eric.
Restart it, bitch.
No, we just want to keep it going. This week's guest is Chris. He is a rapper. His SoundCloud name is Sikk. And welcome to the podcast, Chris.
What's up?
Not much. You glad to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm tired. I'm sorry.
I'm tired as fuck, too.
All right, so let's get into the questions.
Do it. Shoot.
What was the moment you decided to rap?
Let's see. I wrote damn near all throughout high school. But what really inspired me to rap was Jamie Madrox and Tech 9, because I like how fluent they are with it and like what they do with their words. And I don't know, it's just I've always liked rap a shitload, which is weird coming from my family because most of my family is rock and roll and fucking old school country like right. Conway Twitty and all that shit, you know. I would have to say it was probably because I like the poetry factor of it, so it's like a good way to speak my mind.
What led up to you starting to write music in high school?
I was in a very dark place when I was in high school. I went into a big depression hole for like 6 months, and I'm not the type of person to speak about it to people. So I felt like since I connect so much with music and I listen to music that relates to me, I felt like music is the best way to get it out. So that's like how I deal with my bipolar and shit. That's why a lot of my music is angry, because my fucking music's underground horrorcore, you know. So some people are rapping about money, drugs, and bitches, and I'm over here telling you I'm gonna chop your dog up and feed it to you for lunch. You know, like it helps me not flip the fuck out.
What was the first song that you felt was successful or good?
That is the wrong question to ask me, because I think I'm trash. But if you want me to go off of what a lot of people have told me or a lot of friends have told me, they like my Talking to Myself. That's on my SoundCloud. They think that one's pretty good because it's a real down to earth, like deep hearted rap that I made. So I could fucks with that one.
What brought you to write that one?
That one was, I felt like I was being taken as a joke in the rap game, and it was also about a friend that had turned his back on me and acted like he didn't know me, and then like threatened my life and shit. He ain't gonna do nothing because he ain't about it. It was just getting off my chest how I felt about being in the rap game, and getting off my chest how I felt about him because of the way he acted towards me after I did so much for him.
So obviously you come over a lot and we work on the Sayin Stuff podcast together. Mm-hmm. You mention a lot how you want to start writing and producing music again. What are some things that you're working on right now?
Well, see, that's the thing with me is I work on a lot of shit. I get to writing it, and then about halfway through writing it, I lose motivation. It's like I can't find what I want to talk about anymore after that. But I've been working on a couple songs that are going to be diss tracks, because I'm tired of some of the rappers in Dayton claiming that they're all that, and then they can't fucking back it up. Like, one of them's coming out. I'm not going to say his name because y'all hear it when I drop it, but he told me he was going to make a track with me and never fucking did. And then wanted to run his mouth about my music and act like he was hard shit, but he's a washed up alcoholic. He's not gonna like what I got to fucking say. That's one of the things I'm working on right now.
How do the projects that you're working on that you're having issues writing, how do you feel like the bigger picture of it all when it comes out is going to be for you?
I feel like it'll be really good for what I want to be in the future. It's just hard for me to do so because I always look down on myself. So to look at the bigger picture is I hope it can help me get somewhere and help people like become fans of mine, because I don't have a shitload of fans. I only got like 20-something fans, 30-something fans that I know of, because nobody really like hits me up on Facebook or anything like, yo man, I like that fucking song. You know, it's just a majority of it's my friends or a little bit of my family. They hit me up and talk about it. But a bigger picture would have to be, I hope it could help me get somewhere and get a name out to draw in more, what is the word I'm looking for? I don't even know what the fucking word is. I'm trying to find it and I can't find it.
Like a crowd or a group?
Yeah, pretty much. Trying to draw in a crowd. So people actually listen to what I got to say about shit. That's mainly what I'm going for.
Do you have any tips for any musicians who want to start writing or producing their own music?
Don't be a mainstream rapper, because mainstream rap is fucking whack in 2019. All it is money, drugs, bitches, and cars. And I understand a lot of people are going to be like, oh, well, that's what a lot of rap was before. Yeah, but there's also positive messages in certain rappers' songs.
Right.
Like, yeah, Tupac was flashy, but look at him compared to Biggie. Biggie was all about being flashy, and that's because that's how Biggie grew up. And half these fucking rappers out here on mainstream don't even fucking sell drugs like they say they do. They just did it because they know that's what the people want to hear.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Don't ever doubt yourself. If you feel like something needs critiqued, then critique it to what you feel it would need, you know? Don't get mad at criticism, because criticism's there to help you build off of what you need to work on. And if some people just talk shit to talk shit, that's just always going to be there. You're just going to have to ignore that, you know? If people want to talk shit, let them do it. Because every time they mention your name, somebody else is standing next to him like, who the fuck is he talking about? I've never heard of this dude. Oh, let me search him up. Oh, this dude's actually pretty good. You know what I'm saying? So don't let haters get under your skin, because it ain't going to do nothing for you.
I know you've mentioned before that you have gone on short little tours or gigs.
I haven't really went on tours yet, but I've went out and done shows at like the Alrosa Villa and shit like that.
Is there any moment that from any of those that have ever like stood out to you?
I would have to say out in Coshocton. Shout out to my peeps in Coshocton, because that's where most of my fan base is. Well, was. I don't know if they're still fans or not. But Coshocton, I can't remember which show it was. I think it was the Black Christmas show we did, where we got together around Christmas time and we all stood around and fucking got up on stage and did our shit. That really stood out to me, because that was one of the best shows I had ever been to, because at the end of it, I had so many more people coming up to me saying, dude, I like that, I like what you're doing, I like your words, I like your lyrics, you know, I like your beats, I like how you're going through with shit, and I like how you're speaking your heart out on certain shit. And that's what made me a lot of my friends out there, and got me a lot of fans out there.
I think that's all the questions I have.
Hey Chad, you're fucking ugly.
Alright guys, thanks for listening to the Creative Court Podcast. We are now on Spotify and Anchor, as well as YouTube. Thank you, Chris, for coming on to the podcast.
No problem, anytime.
Is there any shout outs that you want to do?
I want to give a shout out to Fat Kid and Sayin out there in Coshocton, Ohio, because anytime they make a show, they make sure they invite me. I want to give a shout out to my homie James Brewer. He's the dude that helped me get into a studio and start rapping to begin with. I want to give a shout out to my mom, because even though she doesn't really like the rap that I do, because she used to listen to ICP and Twist and shit like that, but she fell out of it because it's just too much for her now.
Right.
But she still supports me through it. My grandpa don't even like rap, but he fucking supports me through it, you know? So I want to give a shout out to my family and my friends that have all been there and commented on my shit and said, yo, I like this relates to me. And that's mostly what I go for, is I try to make relatable music so people can understand that they're not the only people going through that hard time or that dark time, so they have somebody to connect with through music.
Right.
So I just want to give a shout out to all of them, and a shout out to everybody watching the podcast. We appreciate y'all. Shout out to Eric for putting me on the podcast. Thank you. Shout out to Chad, because he's my favorite ugly dude. Shout out to Katie, because it's Katie.
Alright, you guys, you can catch the Creative Court Podcast on Thursdays, Sayin Stuff Podcast on Tuesdays, and whatever random stuff that we do other than that throughout the week.
Gotcha.
Alright guys, talk to you later.
Late.